Hello there, Gopher.
What's going on there, Dino?
Well, I tell you what, we're doing a special bottle tonight. It's a little High West whiskey double rye, Pimp My Rye. So I dressed like a pimp.
And don't forget, this is one of our favorite bourbon groups out of the 7 or 8 of our favorite we have.
Absolutely. Well,
This
it's the
is straight
original
from
and the
South
best.
Jersey Bourbon Drinkers.
South Jersey Bourbon Drinkers. It's the High West
I lost my beer.
double rye. It is the barrel select, and it is finished in a cognac cask. So a local bourbon club that we've been a part of since its origination, the South Jersey Bourbon Drinkers released this Pimp My Rye, finished in a cognac barrel. Uh, it was finished for 1 year, 3 months in that cognac barrel. It's obviously older than that altogether. Blend of two different ryes, High Rye, High West Rye, and the MGP Rye. Here to tell us all more about that, it's just Mark.
Just Mark. Here we go. He knows all about this crap.
The MGP is a 2-year-old 95 rye, 5 molded barley, and the High West is a 7-year-old 80 rye, 20 molded rye.
Somebody killed the gopher.
And up until 2018, this was made with a 2-year-old MGP and a 16-year-old Barton rye. And it was a lot more expensive.
You're right. You right just as well as I did.
Yeah, well, I was doing that without
this one with the South Jersey Bourbon Drinker discount was $60. So that's more like it, I think.
Yeah.
And it's more in line with what we've been trying this year so far.
And don't forget, the Gophers coming out of the hole this week.
Oh, that's right.
On Friday, I think it is.
That's right. Yes. Will the Gopher see his shadow? Tune in. You know, we'll know first because we don't need pucks of time. Phil, we got the Gopher here. To the Bourbon Gopher.
The Bourbon Gopher says I'm going to drink tonight.
6 more weeks of drinking.
6 more weeks of drinking. All right. I love it. I love it. You heard it here first. Yes, sir.
Hey, don't forget, today's the last day of dry
that's
January.
Right. Yeah, that's right. I've been, it's the first drink I'm going to have this month.
Oh, well, you got to wait till midnight.
I got to wait till midnight. Hey, for any of you that were doing dry January, God bless you. It's not for me, but, more power to you.
I didn't take a shower all month, so I guess it's a dry January.
Have a drink at midnight, though, will you? Please. All right. So here we go. We got the. I'm really curious about that. I love these bottles, by the way. They're great. The corks are great. All the High West stuff. It looks just like the bottle you're going to get with the Midwinter's Dram, minus the price tag. So, ooh.
Smells pretty good.
Truth be told, I cracked this open. You'll see I got a pull or two out of it on Friday. Wanted to make sure it breathed. I was doing a service for us. Want to make sure it breathed a little, and opened up and.
Well, we had proof was.
Take a look at the bottle. I think it's about 106.
106, okay.
I love the Midwinter's Dram. It's changed a little bit though recently. Probably not for the better. It seems to be getting more expensive and less tasty. So, it might be worth your while to look into what some of what they're doing with these other bottles because they're much less expensive and probably, just as good if not better. Or right there, So, we'll tell you what we think of this one. Actually, I was surprised because there's still a few bottles of this left down at Canals Mount Ephraim. So if you're watching tonight, you like what we have to say, run over there tomorrow morning and grab yourself one. They're there for the taking. First impression on this bottle, got a really nice nose.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a fantastic flavor. Wow, I just had a sip of this.
Well, what are you picking up?
Apricot and rye.
Okay.
Does that sound? That sounds pretty good, I think, on that one.
Sounds pretty good to me.
Apricot and rye, and more, but I don't have it all.
I'll get back to you. We said it just Mark.
I just took it. It's honey.
Ooh.
Honey.
Oh, okay. I go with
honey.
Okay.
And a little cinnamon.
I mean, that's the rye again.
The cinnamon rye. Yeah, that's the rye. The nose is. little,
Oh, flowery.
yeah, it is flowery,
Yeah.
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 which is
Which I think the taste is totally different on the
Yeah.
smell.
on the nose. It's very flowery,
Floral, okay,
floral. Yeah,
okay. And, what do you get on the palate?
I'm getting the honey and the cinnamon.
Honey and cinnamon, okay.
Okay.
Well, so, yeah, it's a lighter color, than what we're,
Got a lot of legs.
typically used to, but it does have a lot of legs, so it's strong there. It's kind of like a copper, but it's nice and bright.
Oh, it came out of a copper still, probably.
Uh,
I hope it did.
and nose for me, I pick up it's sweet, like maybe a little butterscotch.
Okay, I'll go with that too. Okay. I like the thickness. It's a thickness one. I like the thickness.
When I give it a sip here, a lot of flavors here, a lot of flavors. Let's start. I'm getting that MGP 95.5 mint, but that's kind of like the first note I'm getting. Beyond that, I do get a little bit of that butterscotch, which can, honey and similar flavor. But it's definitely sweet. And the third note that I'm picking up, really mostly on the finish, is that cinnamon note that it finishes with. And a nice little, I don't want to say it's so much of a hug.
It's not a hug,
It's
no.
sort of like a little tap,
Yeah.
a little love tap.
Somebody just gave me a karate kick in the butt. That's all it was.
It's but it's nice. It does definitely warm you. So again, on the cold night, we're still in the cold weather here. It's definitely doing its job and keeping me warm.
You know what this reminds me of? And not the taste,
Uh-huh.
but the way it feels.
Yeah.
It's like a brandy. You know, when you used to drink brandy when you were younger
Okay.
in the cold weather and it kept you warm.
Well, it's funny you mention that, Cooper, because a cognac is a brand.
Oh, is it really?
Yes,
Okay.
and kind of like every bourbon is a whiskey, every cognac is a brandy, but it's a brandy that's made in the city of Cognac in France.
Oh, I
So
thought
it's very specific to that city.
that's funny
And
because
it's actually finished in Old Bourbon Drinkers.
I thought cognac was a funky wine. No offense, but I did not know it was a brandy.
Wine, it's a spirit. It is made from grapes, though. So that's why you're thinking of wine.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, this series is out there. The Barrel Select series is available everywhere. The finishes are different. Some you might find a rum. This one obviously is a cognac, but the finishes are going to be different. But look for that black label. You're going to get the higher proof, and you're going to get that finished barrel. So.
Black is the new high proof.
You want to know what they said that the nose and the taste was?
I do.
It's
I do.
well, the vanilla and the oak were the what they said, but then they had hay, pine, dill, and hibiscus on the nose,
Biscuit. Oh, good.
and then the vanilla and the oak. Then it had honey, cinnamon, and botanicals, which we had the honey and the flower, the floral, and all. I mean,
Yeah.
we were pretty much in either the floral on the nose,
Mm-hmm.
so we were pretty close. I didn't get any dill or pine, or even hay.
All right. Well, hey, let's give it a ranking.
What I do like about it is it's actually had more of a flavor than the last couple bourbons we had. I think the last couple
Not a bourbon.
whiskeys
Yeah. Okay.
we had,
Yeah.
and I think this is a lot higher than the last couple we've had, in my opinion. So I'm going to go with a 7, which I have not even ever used a 7 yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going with a 7 on this one.
Okay. Well, Gopher has moved off the 6 for the first time this year. So, there you go. It's a 7 for the Gopher. See, Mark.
I'm right with him. I was going to say a 7. I really enjoyed this. Just how this has that little more of the hug and the little more of that spice, which that's like kind of my thing, is like the higher rye, like the spicier and all. You and I like it.
Oh, okay. Brian's coming, yeah.
Who's Brian?
We got a special guest tonight joining us, so, but I'll get my wrap up before, as he's coming in maybe. So I really like this a lot. I think it's got a few different flavors that it's playing with, and it's nice and bold. And you gotta love the bottle. So, you see the cowboy? Yeah,
Cool.
cowboy on the bottle there. Gotta love that. So, it's getting an 8.
Right?
All right, we got our special guest tonight, Double B, we're calling him, Brian Brown. He's here joining us here at Go for Sport Speakeasy for the first time. What do you say, Brian?
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, yeah.
Hey, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers. And so, what do you think of the High West Double Rye?
So far, I'm very impressed. Even more impressed when I hear about how high proof it is and just how smooth it is considering. It's very good, goes down easy, and it's something great to sip on.
Now, if you have any kind of flavors that you want to tell us about, let us know, any kind of notes or anything like that.
I wish I was more of a connoisseur. And I can tell you, I just taste the oak
Okay.
or flavoring, and afterwards, it's just as smooth as can be. I don't feel like that burn like you do with other bourbons or ryes, whatever. It just goes down really, really easy. I'm kind of a guy that normally puts a piece of ice in here.
Right, I've seen you do that, yeah.
And to have it smooth like this, it just goes down great, which usually to me, when it's like straight, like it tends to burn more, but this is just so smooth.
Yeah, so we're doing a 1 out of 10 rating on this, with, 1 being terrible and 10 being the best whiskey ever had. And, but yeah, give us your honest opinion as far as, and let me go over what we're looking for. All right. We're looking for color. We're looking for nose, palate, finish, and lastly, price point. So you're aware the price point on this one is about $60. Considering all those factors, give us your honest review.
Well, I was thinking more of a 7.5 to an 8 initially, and I've had, I don't know, maybe an ounce or so here already.
Oh, there's plenty left.
And well, that's good. And the more I sip on it, the more I enjoy how smooth it is, how easy it goes down. God, I've had so many in this price category before, and they go, "Oh yeah, it's fantastic," and that's like rough.
Right.
And so, from what I'm tasting here and the way it's going down, I mean, price point seems right. Tastes right to me. I would definitely consider adding this to my collection.
All right, and you got to give us a number.
8.1.
So again, this is the High West Whiskey Barrel Select Cognac Cask Finish South Jersey Bourbon Drinkers pick. It was very tasty. We all enjoyed it. And there are still some available now at Canals Mount Ephraim. So get down there, grab a bottle for about 60 plus tax. Tell them the Bourbon Cowboy sent you. And thanks again for joining us from Gulfers Corner Speakeasy.
Yeah.
And don't forget to tell them that you're in South Jersey Bourbon Drinkers to get your discount.
That's right. And thanks again for our special guest, Brian, for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.